Hello everyone, so today I'm going to talk about If I Stay by Gayle Forman. And I would like to say that this was one of the best books ever. It's one of my favorites of 2015, and there is a really good reason for that. First of all, because it reminded me of another one of my favorites, which is The Fault in Our Stars. And it is actually a really similar story because there's a love story and then there's a tragedy and there are choices to be made. So I really love the book, and this book is one of best ever. I couldn't stop reading it. I think I finished in 2-3 days. I don't quite remember it. And I'll have to say that there's also a movie. Actually, this is a movie cover, and I did a really huge mistake, which was watch the movie on the same day as I finished the book. I wouldn't advise you to do that because I really cried in the movie because I did remember so many things from the book, and the book is still so vivid in my mind, and then I just cried. I cried in the happy moments and I cried in the sad moments. So it was quite emotional. But back to the book, there is this main character. She is Mia, and she has a really nice and interesting connection with cello and classical music, and all of her family is like another kind of music that is not classic, but they respect her decision and they say that as long as she loves music, that's fine, it doesn't matter what kind of genre that she likes as long as she loves music. And she really follows that rule, which is like quite cute, and so cute, and even more cuteness to that, but she's like one of the characters that you can relate to. Like, she could be my best friend and we could be tremendously happy. Then she has Adam, and Adam is her boyfriend, and he's also into another kind of music, but they really connect into a way that it's actually really sweet, and it's like music brings them together. And it's one of the most loving things about the book is that all of the characters, they share a love and passion for music that somehow it always brings them together, and they always can relate to each other. So it is a book where we can see that music is actually really important for these people, and I think that it's almost like a community. They all love different kinds of music, but they are always together. So it's actually a story about being with the ones that we love, and no matter how different their opinions can be, we will always love each other. I was with a bit of reading slump, we can say that. I've never had this before, but I was actually quite surprised. I finished the book, I watched the movie, and I immediately started another book. And somehow I still don't find the book that I'm reading right now as interesting as this one. And on the other day I was looking for the sequel, which is Where She Went, and I couldn't find the sequel. It's sold out everywhere, and I'm so sad because I really think that I need to finish the sequel, and I still don't have the sequel in my hands yet. But if I finish the sequel, maybe I can go and read other books. I'm trying really hard to read other books, and none of them has got into my heart yet. So it's really difficult, and I was so sad about this book and I couldn't find the sequel, and I was reading another one, and I didn't want to make the video about this because then it would mean that I needed to share this with you, and so now it is on YouTube. Everyone can see how much I love the book, and now it is official. I love the book so freaking much that I had a really huge reading slump, and I've never had that before. So that's news for me, and it is actually so weird and so strange. It's like it's a brave new world with a reading slump. Nothing's good enough for you. Like, I'm reading this book and then I don't want to read it because I'm still thinking about this book. And then I'm reading short stories, and it's like, no, it's not good enough. I really want this book again. And I can't find the sequel, so it is really bad. But I'll get through it. I will. I will. I'm making the video now, and I'm sharing how much I love this book, and then I will finish the book that I'm reading, and then I'll finish the short story that I'm reading, because I can read several things at the same time. I mean, not at the same time, but in the same timeline. And I will get Where She Went, which is the sequel. And I won't read another book after that. I don't know. I have a feeling that I'll also have a reading slump when I read Where She Went. And then I'll probably read all of the books by Gayle Forman, because she's a hell of a good writer. And it has like, her writing style is so fluid and so amazing, and you can get really into the story and the character. And even on the bittersweet moments, you have this feeling that you can absolutely understand every single thing, because her writing style is as if it is as if Mia is telling us a story and she's about our age. I mean, I'm 19, but yeah, she's younger than me. But anyway, she writes as if she's telling the story to someone else, and then we have these flashbacks, and then we go to the present again, and then everything's like in a really good and fluid timeline. So you can really read the book, and hours can pass by, and you didn't realize it. So I really advise you to read this book, and then you watch the movie, but on another day, okay? You finish the book one day, then you go and watch the movie, I don't know, a week later perhaps. It was really sweet, and I mean, it wasn't fun, but it was tragic, but the kind of tragedy that ends well. And in the end, Gayle Forman has a message for you, which is that this story kind of happened to her, and then it's about decisions that people have to make, and if there is really an afterlife. So it is actually a really interesting message, and I read the message before I started reading the book, and then you read the book like in a whole different perspective. So I really wish you could read this book and then share your thoughts with me. I'm Teresa, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!